That's the hope. Oh no, don't play it.
We're the future of food. Developing the next generation of food and food-like products. Tomatoes, the size of this baby. Lemon-flavored fish. Chickens that lay 16 eggs a day, which is a lot for a chicken. Organic vegetables, chock full of antidepressants.
Lots of
At
antidepressants.
Meridian Dynamics, we can even make radishes so spicy that people can't eat them. But we're not, because people can't eat them. Meridian Dynamics. Food. Yum.
I wanted to come live on the air to tell you that we've been bought by Meridian Dynamics. We're going to be a new subsidiary.
Yeah, I haven't been paid yet.
I haven't been paid yet. For those of you who have never watched Better Off Ted, Better Off Ted is. We have sat here over the last week replaying Better Off Ted, and it's a take on modern society.
Even if you don't like stuff that's like takes on modern society, it's really funny.
It is so snarky.
It's really funny.
And it is just so, and it's so dead on.
Yeah.
Anyways, we obviously haven't been bought by Meridian Dynamics. But today's Friday. And as much as
Friday,
let's hear it.
Gotta get down on Friday.
You gotta sing louder is what you gotta do
It's
on
the
Friday.
weekend. I can't.
You can't?
No, I can't.
Oh,
It's okay.
What's wrong?
I'm a little tired.
Tired.
Tired. Man, I'm so tired.
Did you sleepy last night?
Yeah, I slept actually. And then I slept. I woke up at 9 again and then I went back to sleep. So I got a good amount of sleep.
Our life is not exactly like Meridian Dynamics. We work at odd hours, depending on what we're...
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there's the anxiety that occasionally makes either of us can be like, oh, I gotta go sleep.
Yep.
It's just the weight of the world, I promise. But out there in the real world of Meridian Dynamics, it's Friday. Everybody's working for the weekend.
Yeah, working for the weekend. I work hard for the money.
You work hard for the money.
I work hard.
I work hard for it, honey. Better treat me right. I work hard for the money.
I just know that part of the song, really.
I work hard for it, honey. I don't even know if those are the words. I'm probably wrong.
I really don't know.
I'm probably wrong.
I just know that line.
I could be wrong.
It. I work hard for the money.
It would not surprise me if I am wrong. Often I am wrong. Wrong is one of the things I am often. Why won't it let me comment? You know, I'd like to be able to talk to you folks. I really would. So I'm over here. I don't know if you've noticed, there's lots of screens and things going on over here. Far side is the main input from the camera. This side would be the Facebook side. Let's see. See if we can make it work. That's weird. It's not even letting me comment, man.
It's not letting you comment?
Yeah.
I don't know why it's doing that.
Okay. I'll deal with it. Can you see on your side?
I don't even see that we're live. Are we live?
We should be live. Other people have had the same problem, folks. There's like a lag thing going on. I don't know. I'm going to go back to Facebook. I apologize.
I'm refreshing my Studio 586B page online.
Well, welcome to the joys of, wow, is it really working or not? Yeah, everything I've got over here says live dashboard. Studio 586B is live now, it says.
Okay.
I know, people. I'm trying here.
Yeah, it says it's live now on my phone, but...
Yeah, I don't understand why
I don't know why it's not working on my computer.
I'll tell you what, folks. If you go to your notifications, I'm going to go to Studio 85. Look at that. We are live now. Let's go to comments. Good morning.
Good morning, Vietnam. No, I'm just playing. I don't know how he says it.
Good morning, Vietnam. It's long. And
It's
I can't.
long?
It would be loud,
Okay.
and it would be loud. And it would be loud.
Okay. I'll take
Did
your word for it.
I show it live? Anyways, Fridays.
Fridays.
Sorry for the brief interruption.
Are Fridays just gonna be topicless? We're just gonna chill?
I think Fridays are more chill.
Okay.
I don't mean topicless.
Well, maybe not topicless, but like lighthearted topics.
So if you could do anything this weekend, what would you do?
If I could do anything this weekend, what would I do? Fly to New York for the weekend.
Fly to New York for the
Just
weekend.
have fun.
Just have fun.
Go get some pizza. Go skating with my friends.
Right.
Yeah, probably do that and come back. But I'm not rich, so I can't just do that for a weekend.
There are all small things going on in the world, jumping on planes right now for the fun of it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not the best idea, you know.
We'd have to when he comes home, we'd have to stay in a refrigerator for 14 days. We just pass food to him or something. It's not a very
stay in a
big
refrigerator.
house, so I mean, yeah, we'll do it.
That's fun. We took up the one refrigerator I probably could have stayed in because it doesn't have food in it.
You know what? That one smells nasty on the inside, though.
Really?
Right? Yeah, I opened it and I was like, oh my god. Has anybody ever had like one of those refrigerators, an old refrigerator that you've moved and that refrigerator been sitting in one spot for a while?
Have you ever had a refrigerator that just smelled nasty? Not because of the food. Like the food was new, but like
there's something in there growing.
Yeah, something in there's growing.
There's an evil spirit, like that one from Ghostbusters when he opens the door. It's like,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, we years ago I worked, some may know, at a pizza shop, and it went bankrupt, closed down, and we went in to reopen it a month or two later.
Right.
They did not empty the walk-ins, but they did not pay the electric bill.
Oh wow! So everything was just spoiled.
Almost everything. I mean, from meats to cheese to veggies to dough to it was. Oh.
So what happens when you get a big company doing things?
It
would have been. I think it would have been less expensive to just pay the electric bill.
Well, no, the problem was there was nobody that had money. The person that was presently owning it
didn't have the money, so he had to shut down for.
Well, yeah, we showed up for work and the doors were locked.
Right.
They emptied all. They stole.
I thought it was a situation where like maybe they were renovating it or something.
No. This was a switch in ownership.
Got you.
Dave, Jed, if you're out
there.
So
he sold it. But for the 2 weeks that he was selling it, it had to be closed.
It was multiple weeks, and they had to beg us to come back to work.
Got you.
When he had the meeting, he had the police there to protect him so that none of us beat him up.
Why? Oh, yeah.
No, he locked the doors on us.
Yeah,
and he left us with 2 weeks behind on pay.
Right.
There was a note on the door that said, call this number. And it said, yeah, you can get in line and be part of the bankruptcy and try and get some of your money back.
Did the other guy settle it?
Yeah, they made good with us. They
Gotcha.
really did. They were, they were good guys. They were businessmen. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But, and I don't know who's currently in control of the Massey's name. I know they've expanded amazingly, but it was Massey's Pizza here in Columbus, Ohio, which is a nice original pizza.
I like Massey's.
The Cadillac of pizzas.
I feel like I've only had Massey's once though.
Hey Pete, if you're out there, the Cadillac of pizzas. Anyways.
Yeah, my favorite pizza is Domino's though, probably.
So you'd go to New York?
Yes.
And skate? You mean like ice skate?
No, like skate, like roller. No, like skate on a board, skateboarding.
It's winter.
I don't care.
Okay.
To some extent, unless it's like icy out, I really don't care.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wonder what everybody else is doing for the weekend. So when I think of the weekend, I don't even know.
I stopped paying attention to weekends and stuff like that.
You know what the weird thing is? I still do.
And
I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I've got a grandson in school.
Right.
So weeks and weekends are really still a real thing.
Important, still a real thing too.
Right. I know.
Sorry about that, people.
Attention over here.
Whew.
You know what we need?
What do we need?
Viridian Dynamics. We're a family, just like yours. But we don't waste our time throwing leaves around. We put our family to work. We mean real work, not just eating mush.
Not just eating mush.
Family works works for every member of your family, even the dead ones. And we're working to bring them back and copy them.
And copy them. What, they're gonna make
And maybe
soldiers?
use them again.
Which is why we work
my
nights,
God.
weekends, and major holidays. Because that's when families should be together. Meridian Dynamics. Family.
Oh.
That reminds me of this Black Mirror episode where it's this girl and her boyfriend, and he goes out and leaves, dies in a car accident,
Right.
and then this company claims that they can bring him back from the dead. So they do it, and basically a whole bunch of shenanigans happens. I'm not gonna spoil the rest of the episode, but it's hilarious. It's pretty funny.
Well, the funny thing about that
It's a little scary too.
Well, but the reality is, it's one of the biggest games businesses play these days. They tell you your family, your family, your family, your family. Oh, wait a minute, you're not family.
Right. You're the customer.
Well,
It's very different.
no, you're the product. You're not the customer.
What do you mean the product?
Well, when you work for somebody, you're the product. You're what they're selling.
Oh no, I mean like if you're an employee, yes, you're the product. Like to some extent, you're the product.
Mm-hmm.
I just meant like the customers. You're.
I don't know what you're talking
I don't know,
about, but
man.
that's okay.
I was
The
talking
biggest
about
red
something
flag
different.
when I walk into a business is if they tell me I'm family. It's not that I don't want to have that kind of. Don't get me wrong, I love it, but it's.
I
either
only
meaningful
believe
or-
that if it's a mom and pop shop.
I think everybody.
I would
think-
only
okay,
believe that if it's
I
a mom
think
and pop
people
shop.
genuinely
literally.
try to treat it like that.
Or like if I was working in a convenience store or something, that's not really owned by some huge
Right.
company or something.
Well, but how big? How big is huge?
Huge.
I'm telling you, it doesn't take that many people.
Huge
to
is
get to
like. I wouldn't say more than one location because there's definitely mom and pop shops that have more than one location. More than likely.
Well, but if they, here's the thing: many of those people will say you're family, and
Right.
they didn't get their business that size by treating their employees like family.
So, I remember when I went to FedEx, they would constantly say, "Oh, you're family," blah 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 blah. I had already talked to my grandpa about how he had worked at FedEx and how it was before there were regulations and stuff like that. So he was like, "Be careful over there, man," because
Well, then in the end, you're just a cog.
right,
You know, I remember people going, "Oh, you know what? Everybody can be replaced." This is true. If you look at people as simply filling a position,
right,
I mean, because otherwise, I think one of the things that affects us is we devalue humanity, and once so we make people interchangeable and replaceable, and once we water it down to the point that we don't realize our own individual value as we chase after this thing. We work so hard at trying to make a living that we miss having a life.
So we work so hard at trying to make a living.
Obviously, we're not going to New York this weekend.
No.
What are you doing this weekend?
Probably gonna sleep Saturday, but I gotta edit though. So
Probably gonna sleep. You know,
I gotta fix some sound stuff.
but one of the things we dream of. Yeah, no, that's huge because we're gonna get all of this out on YouTube.
We're gonna get on this out on YouTube. That's the plan.
We're just gonna adjust the sound.
The plan is over the weekend, everything on YouTube, and then next week we're gonna start again.
It'll make it easier for people to share.
Yes.
Then outside of Facebook, you'll be able to go, "Hey, have you seen this?"
We're gonna make clips and stuff. We're gonna make a clips page. We're gonna make.
Well, one of the next steps is also once we have the audio resolution figured out,
yeah.
we'll be able to push that straight to Anchor. So pretty soon, as a podcast without the video, it'll be available on Spotify.
Yep.
Once we get that going, we're going to be able to. One of the things I'm looking forward to is on Fridays doing our normal hour show and then doing an after show where we can play some music.
Yep.
I apologize. It'll require Spotify Premium to hear all of the music we play, but it will give you a 30-second
listen,
and we'll put together a playlist maybe for each show.
Yeah.
Or build a playlist from the shows.
Right.
So that the playlist kind of grows over time.
That would be fun.
and then maybe we build other playlists off that. But the idea being, we both love music.
Yep.
Beyond Ross making music.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
do
we
that
listened
sometimes.
to the other night. Oh my God! So when I get really stressed, Miles Davis is the answer. That's there's a picture up. I think it's on Zen and the Art of Madness's page, where you can see it's a crazy birds flying. It says Miles Davis at the top.
Mm-hmm.
When I get really flipped, one of my favorite meditations is Miles Davis' last album was a hip hop album, and I shared that with you. I mean, now you've heard it. Oh man, I could just the way the horn rolls through the beats. It's the saddest, deepest, most soulful singer you've ever heard. And anyways, so I was all excited.
Does Miles Davis ever sing?
No, he's a horn player, man.
I was wondering.
He's a horn man.
Yeah, figured, but
we've been having some heater problems here at the studio. And so just about the moment where I'm like finding my zen, I realize the house feels a little colder than I think it should. And then I start running around. Mm-hmm. But I think one of the greatest places I can go on the weekend sometimes is somewhere like, man, Miles 1960 Paris. But we should be able to play some of that. We're going to share some of it. The cool thing is, I think we end up finding sounds that are a little bit different that relate to the sounds we make. Like we go digging for, I mean, one of my favorite things is Ross will be working on a piece of music and it'll hit me all of a sudden. Oh no, man, I got to play this for you, man. I know something that kind of sounds like that. Not like taking away from your discovery, but kind of going, oh damn, here's some more.
Yeah.
And because I'm an old white dude and he's a young person of color, yes. Our musical history is a little bit different.
Very different. Very, 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 very different.
Well, but also a lot of similarities too, though.
Yeah.
We run into places where like, oh yeah, that we all know that.
Yeah.
Sitting on the dock of the bay.
It's a good song.
Wasting time. Oh, damn. Yowzers. Thank God it's Friday.
Oh, my God.
Damn.
If it was Tuesday, I'd be scorning you.
David's working for his kids, maybe. I get that, Dave. You know what? I mean, the reality is, yeah. We were talking about weekends and whether or not Ross has kind of given up the weekend concept. It just kind of flows. Our original scheduled week was Tuesday through Saturday because we had events Friday and Saturday night. And he's a workaholic or a sleepaholic.
Oh, MLK Day is Monday. I didn't know that.
Oh, hey, shouts out to MLK.
I did not know that.
So,
should throw up some MLK quotes.
When we're working for our kids, I feel that to the core. But at the same time, it's like also where I find my most justification.
What do you mean?
Man, kids are so much more appreciative than adults. Adults are assholes sometimes. Me too. This is not in any way, shape, or form. This is a very human nature kind of thing.
I think kids are a lot more honest in my head.
Oof.
I guess. Like, kids are a lot better at being like, when they think something, they just say it. Like, they're very, very honest. Like, I've seen kids come up to people and be like, "You're weird looking." And I'm like, I would never say that. I would think it, but I would never say that.
There's a certain little guy upstairs that will look at you over and over again. What are you doing? Why are you here?
Yep.
Where is my dad?
Yep.
That's a shout out straight to you, David.
That's funny.
But I find that when I spend time with these little guys, they teach me so much. I value things differently. The big place I end up in conflict is the amount of energy it takes to create a life for them that draws you away from being able to have a life with them.
I appreciate having a little brother and sister that I can go visit.
Right.
That I don't
you like
have
the
to
fact
take
that they're
care
not here
of.
and you can go visit.
Yes, I love that. I love that so much.
I have a lot of that because I have a bunch of grandchildren. Right. So I have a bunch of people that, you know, and I'm not technically responsible for.
Right.
Um,
I
but I
learn a
love them all
lot.
just as much.
I feel like I learn a lot because they smile a lot. They have fun. They laugh a lot, and it's very different. Not just from how I grew up, but also like seeing children be children really gives you some perspective as an adult.
Yeah, yeah. Ray, that's the other David. I know too many Davids. Now that I think about it. That's the other David. Hey, David. Wrong David. But hey, shout
Okay.
out to you anyways, brother. You can come over and play a little bit of guitar. Because one of the things we really want to do on the weekends, speaking of weekends,
Yep.
is we want to get up 586B live.
Okay.
That we want to bring in some musicians, some people,
Yes.
and as opposed to it's bam, this is what we're doing. It's a more free flow. It's a look inside the way music happens. I love being in the middle of it, even though I'm not really musically inclined. I mean, how would you describe what am I musically? I
Musically,
I fiddle with a lot of stuff, but it's not like
maybe like a curator of some sort. I don't know.
I want to be a supervillain called the Curator.
A musical curator.
Oh, and I just travel through time and like that's what really happened
What
to
do you
Ricky
do?
Valens.
You just what? Who's that?
And the Big Bopper, I went and got him. The plane
Ooh.
when the big plane crash.
Buddy Holly?
And Buddy Holly too. But maybe.
Otis Redding?
Oh, why don't we have like that's a Marvel superhero. The Curator just travels through time.
He travels through time getting people off plane. Aaliyah?
People that randomly right?
People that randomly died on plane crashes. There's
Right?
a lot of artists that died in a plane crash. Now that I think about it.
But what I need is people here.
Now just gather the 27s club before they're 27. Get
The
them
27s?
Get them when they're 26.
Dum dum dum. Get them when they're 20s.
Yep.
So like, what if over time there's a 26 club, then there's a 25 club,
Yeah.
then there's a 24 club. Eventually, you've got like, man, why are these kids all dying at 2?
Why are these 2-year-olds dying? They barely picked
Damn
up.
you, time travelers!
Nah, you'll probably cause an alternate universe or something crazy.
Man, we've been watching a lot of Marvel. What kind of music?
Well, I
would
was thinking more like Future Man, but
Futterman. My name's Futterman.
It's Future Man.
Another great show, Future Man.
Yeah.
Just a fun watch. 3 seasons, full get through it. Sci-fi wacky with a bit of.
I'll say the last season fell off a bit, but it was different than the other.
I felt like the last season fell off a bit, but they were trying to round it up.
Right. They didn't want to do any more anyways. So
I have a concept that I think the way I want a channel called ARC TV, and they only greenlight stuff that's a complete story.
Right.
I don't care how many seasons. If you're claiming you've got 3 seasons worth of stuff, show it all to me now. I'm not going to greenlight you for more than your story.
Right.
And you go to ARC and everything's released as a complete story. You know, if it's 3 seasons, you watch 3 seasons. I mean, even if they release them a bit at a time, but whatever. I hate.
You know what's weird?
Random endings to stuff.
You want to hear
Earl,
a weird story? I remember I was asked to write a short story, and I think I was in like 7th or 8th grade. And I chose to write a story about a gypsy girl and a priest that were in love with each other.
A gypsy girl and a priest.
Yes.
Oof.
A gypsy girl and a priest.
And the gypsy girl's stuck in the dryer.
Huh? Can you help me?
Help me, priest, help me. That's just wrong.
God, no. That's not where that went, but okay.
I wrote, so in 6th grade, in French, I was taking French over the summer.
You wrote it in French?
I wrote it in French.
Oh, wow.
And it was a story about a poodle.
Okay.
There was a talking dog. I forget. I wish I had it. Because,
Right.
I mean, it was like 4 or 5 pages. I mean, it was...
I want to say...
It was written like a play.
Yeah.
And there was a dog in it. Yeah, no, I was a weird kid. The dog talked.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Brian.
That's funny. Brian the dog?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
In the world of talking dogs, Brian's just sarcastic enough for me.
Talking dog. I like Scooby-Doo, personally. It's my favorite.
Reggie. I do love Scooby-Doo.
Scooby is the best.
We can't discuss last night's conversation about Scooby-Doo.
Dog, that's crazy.
Early Scooby-Doo is whack and is the most fun to watch. I'm just saying, though, we were talking about the Scooby-Doo movies being good.
Yeah, the Scooby-Doo movies are usually good across time. It doesn't really matter. Only one that I would say is not really that good is there's a WWE one that's not that good. But other than that, they usually do a pretty good job in general with those movies.
Oh my gosh, that's giving me.
What's going on?
I was trying to type stuff and it went crazy.
Crazy.
Friday.
I think you're
Are you guys ready for the weekend?
crazy.
Do you have something you want to do?
What do you want to do?
I want to figure out how to get all of my friends that are musicians to get a hold of me and go, hey, when can I come in? I want to get all of my friends that want to see me or want to come talk, say, hey, when can I come in? I don't care the when. We'll go live anytime. This is Gorilla, baby. We Gonzo all the way. Everything I learned, Gonzo.
Oh my god, I just realized something. There's a character in Naruto called Gonzo. I just realized why he's named Gonzo.
Why is that?
Cause he's very like abrasive in gorilla style. He's like a militaristic guy type of dude. So that's what that means. Like gorilla is Gonzo. That's the same thing.
No, I was thinking more of Hunter S. Thompson.
Oh, it's a character.
No, it was a way of looking at the world.
Okay.
That to some extent, a little free reign, a little punk. Everything's got to be a little punk, you know? We don't need a suitcase full of drugs, though. That was kind of his route.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he kind of went off the deep end.
Suitcase full of
Shouts
drugs.
Out to Johnny Depp, though.
I think suitcase full of money is
a better deal.
Yeah, it's a better deal.
Hey, if anybody ran into our suitcase full of money,
if we ever
we lost it. We don't remember where. We don't remember how much money. But if you run into our suitcase full of money, could you please return
bring it to us? Please bring it to us. It's definitely a unassuming suitcase. Doesn't look like anything that was used in a drug deal. You know, it's unassuming.
Slinky on Toy Story in the world of dogs.
Speaking of The Weeknd dropped an album.
The Weeknd dropped an album?
Do you want to listen to that at some point?
I really left him lost in a maze at the Super Bowl and have never looked back.
Okay.
That was so just
I never saw the Super Bowl performance.
The reason the Super Bowl performances are fun,
right?
As an old white dude. Well, you're not up to date.
Yeah.
The point I fell in love with Bruno Mars was when he did the Super Bowl.
Right.
So you were like, oh.
So let me guess. MG. Let me guess. You fell in love with that, and then you checked out his other stuff.
Right.
And were unimpressed.
Note that. No, I like some of Bruno's stuff.
Okay.
I mean, in the world of.
No, I've heard you make fun of Bruno before, so I was wondering if it was an unimpressed type deal.
Okay.
I know you make fun of pretty much everyone, but still.
The beautiful thing about Bruno Mars is he is the perfect blend.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to use the word blend today instead of my usual description.
His usual description is horrifying.
Of Michael Jackson and Prince. It really is. I mean, when you listen to Bruno, he's got Prince's funk and Michael Jackson's more like melodiousness.
Yes.
You know, that it's more playing with the bars.
Michael Jackson, like, they're both musical in different ways.
Right.
They're both very musical in different ways. Like, Michael Jackson did most of the arrangements for most of his songs.
Right.
But he couldn't actually like read notes and everything. What he did was he recorded each version and he was like I want this instrument to do this, and then he would do it with his mouth, and then he'd do each one. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me.
Jam on it.
No, please stop. I gotta leave. I gotta go. He's doing Michael Jackson impression. I can't take it anymore. This is the final straw. This is the final straw. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm giving up.
Okay, I consistently make fun of Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong. My mom loves Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Ross loves Mike. It
Mm-hmm.
really is just that it's fun to make fun of him. There's so much ammo.
Yeah.
That's not my fault.
Yeah.
But Bruno Mars. So my
Mm-hmm.
point is, the Super Bowl kind of.
The
That's
Super
always
Bowl has always been like a way for you to like look at artists and not really
well, not
dive
always.
too
Once
deep.
upon a time, I knew current music.
Okay. Okay.
That it'll be interesting. I'm always interested to see what they do with it.
Right.
But no, I'm not that interested that The Weeknd came out with a new album.
I was
I've
just
got
using
better
it as
things
a
to do with my
segue,
weekend.
really.
Thank you. No.
But I don't know what the Weeknd's album is about. I don't know what the concept for it is.
Do you know what?
But
I've got like 8 pages of Kanye notes in here.
yeah, that's
I'm
we don't
never
need that
again.
many.
Did you know he legally changed his name?
To Ye, yeah. I mean, he's allowed to do that.
I know, but and then now he's up on charges for battery, or they're saying he might be up on charges for battery. He got in a fight.
For battery?
Yeah, it looks staged. It's hard to say. I didn't watch it, so I mean, I'm not going to give an opinion.
Oh, I didn't.
But
I
yeah,
haven't heard about that.
he's currently, man, he's in a crisis. I think. I listened to that album and thought he was kind of reaching out.
Oh wow.
Hey now, dun dun. Who would possibly do that?
We're
you know what? I'm
recording.
really usually good about like turning my phone off.
That's okay.
Oh, hold on. No, I see who it is.
Meridian Dynamics. Diversity. Just the thought of it makes these white people smile. We believe everyone works best when they work together, even if they're just standing around. Just like we enjoy varieties of foods, we enjoy varieties of people, even though we can't eat them. At Meridian Dynamics, we're committed to a multi-ethnic workplace. You can shake on it. Meridian Dynamics. Diversity. Good for us.
Look these up on YouTube.
Please. The video is even better.
There's one black
The
guy in
video
that
is
whole
even
video.
better, man.
There's one person of color. There's a token black guy. There's some off-white ladies occasionally, and at the end, it's something about it's good for white people, and 2 white hands come out and shake about diversity.
Yeah, pretty
And
much.
it's just
Pretty
like,
much.
oh my god.
Yeah.
But it is true. You know what? To
Mhm.
some extent, businesses are into diversity because it's good to be into it, not because
Man,
it's because of profit.
I used to feel some type of way about the fact that I could get a scholarship just for being black. I still kind of feel some type. I was gonna take advantage of it, definitely, but I still felt some type of way about it.
I get that. No, me.
If the rules suit you, take advantage of it. Go ahead. But I still would feel some type of way though.
Well, that's the hard part. Is like, do you play the game?
Right.
I mean, because the reality is, it's a game,
Right.
and the hard part is like it's a game that's rigged against you,
Right.
and so you're working for the weekend,
Right.
and then the weekend gets here, and then I'm not
To some extent, I still think that the game is rigged against most people.
right.
And it's stupid to be like, oh, this happens because this happens because this. When in actuality, most things happen because we're broke.
So if the game and the weekend put out an album together, would things be better? Isn't there a rapper called The Game?
I don't
too?
know
I
if
bet
that
there
would be a
is.
good mix. I don't.
Oh, is it a real
I don't.
guy?
Yeah. There's a rapper called The Game. But I don't know if that would be a good mix though. I'm not sure. I haven't listened to enough of The Game's music.
Do you know what? Paperboy should do a paper on it.
Oh my god. Paperboy. I don't see Paperboy writing a paper.
Gotta get that Paperboy. Paperboy. Gotta get that Paperboy.
That's so weird, actually.
The best is they've got like a made up video. I think he's got like a paper, like a. I don't
He's
know.
got what?
I always picture him having a newspaper bag. Like he's out delivering newspaper.
He's not delivering newspapers. He's delivering something very different.
Yeah.
He's collecting paper.
He's collecting paper.
Yep.
So how do you transition your head from a day you're working to a day you're not? You know what I mean? Do you ever have problems?
Traditionally, I sleep. That's my favorite way to tell myself, hey, calm down.
But do
is
you know
to
what I mean?
sleep.
Like,
I have a harder time transitioning myself back to work mentality.
yeah,
I have
oh,
like I do sometimes have a hard time of like, all right, you need to slow down.
right.
But traditionally, I can just go to sleep, or I can start watching YouTube videos and fall into that for a couple hours, or I could watch some type of TV show. Currently, I'm watching Power. Um, it's okay. I like it. I like.
As someone who's been stuck in situations where you're trying to make time pass, no, your head's a TARDIS. Close your eyes; it's bigger on the inside, and you can travel through time. You can go. It's the old. On Christmas Eve, the trick is go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
If you want it to be Christmas Day, don't stay up worried and
Yeah,
excited.
go to bed.
Go close your eyes.
Go to bed.
Time to
Go to
time
sleep.
travel.
Go to sleep.
You know what I mean? Ooh, I
Yeah.
want to travel to tomorrow morning.
Well, the thing is, for so long, sleep was my passage of time. So if I didn't want to like be up for a while, for a couple days, I'd just sleep for a couple days, and that's it. I don't need nothing else. I'm good. Just sleep for a couple days. I'll be all right. I'll get up and eat.
My problem
Maybe.
is my problem is when I try to wind down, I feel guilty for things I should be doing, and so then I'm not really winding. I'm not really present in either thing.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm not getting the value of that decompression.
I find that my insomnia can get really bad I when I have other things I could be doing at that point in time.
Right.
When I don't have anything that I could be doing, I can sleep pretty easy.
Right.
Like, or when I've decided, hey, we're done with this for right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Are
that
you
can
good
be
at
pretty easy sometimes.
Yeah, like sometimes I can set stuff down, and actually no, I'm not really good at setting stuff down. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Most of it eats at me, and I'm sure it's all my fault. Hey, therapy was good today. Shouts out to Joe. That you know what, I get overwhelmed with all of it's important to me. Part of the problem with like trying to live a compassionate life and trying to avoid attachments is that compassion can tend to breed responsibility to some extent, that you begin like, okay, I'm paying attention to what others need because
Right.
I should take into account the other living things around me. I'm the same with the cat. I've got fish I feed by hand. Someday we're going to give a zoo tour. You know what? We're still in a little renovation. We'd love to show it all to you. If you look on the Facebook page, 586B, you'll find actually a picture of the other side of this room with a camera staring at us.
I'm so good at procrastinating that I can forget about everything I have to do.
Do you think of that as a skill?
My mom used to get really mad because she would be like, you had to do this thing, right? And I'm like, no, I literally forgot. I put it out of my mind. I don't know what to tell you. It was gone.
And you've just stayed out of your mind ever since?
No, sometimes I'm in there. Sometimes I'm.
What I love is I have literal
in.
screws in my back, and sometimes it feels like I've got a screw loose. The other day, my wife found my marbles. She said, "Ooh, did you lose your marbles?" I thought, yes, I think I may still be missing some.
That's funny.
You fry short of a Happy Meal over there, are you?
Viridian dynamics. Competition. Whether it's animals or this old woman and baby fighting to the death. Competition makes us stronger. In business, that means better products. Pills that look like candy. Hands that can shoot lightning. And a new
That sounds
generation
awesome.
of hurricane-proof dogs. Viridian dynamics. Competition. It makes everything better.
Hands that shoot lightning is the best.
Or this baby and this little old woman fighting to the death. Does competition make everything better?
Does competition make everything better? No.
Is it? How did we end up with that?
I think competition makes most things better. Competition in the right ways can make things very good. Can make things a lot better.
Why does it work better than people working together?
To some extent, if you have something to go against, you're a lot more likely uh to be productive.
So it incentivizes your urge to win.
I think
It
about
it
it
it,
like
it like
I
is
think
that a
about it almost
manipulation?
I think about it almost like a deadline. Like if you think about a deadline, like the closer and closer you get to it, the more scary the things are, and the harder you have to work. So
Okay.
the more likely you are to like put some effort into it. I feel like, and I almost think of it as like a similar thing with competition, because like the closer and closer you get to them, the harder and harder you're gonna work to get away from them, I guess.
Right?
um I don't fully think it works better than collaboration, but
Are we just not
I
good at
don't know.
collaboration? Are
I think
humans not
I
good at
think we're not as
collaboration?
good at collaboration as we are at competition. Like for example, I feel like if two people are working on making their own album
Right.
and they're both saying my album's going to be better than yours, we're going to compete about who has the better album, right? They're both going to put I feel like they're both going to put a lot of work into those albums. Whereas
Well, are they going to
if
get
they
stuck
connect
in their
together,
head
if
against
they
each
connect
other?
together on if they connect together on two albums, I feel like you may or may not get amazing work. I don't know. I think both can get really good results. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. Stop, collaborate, and listen. My name's
Ah,
Matt. This is Ross. We're here
yes.
on a mission. The show's about done because, according to my bladder, soon I'll be pissing. No.
Oh my god.
Let's lay down the competition for the day. Let's collaborate on a great weekend.
Yep.
Um, you know what? You never know what you'll hear from us or when, but I'll tell you what. The goal right now is Monday through Friday. You'll see us between noon and 1. We've got some other things coming down the pike. Check out the links for Ross's music. Pretty soon we'll be able to throw those up. Those are things we can add on the YouTube when we put it
Yep.
up.
Yep.
But the
Different
reality
things
is,
we could do.
we love you guys.
We do.
We do. We do. We do. Oh, I cannot. I'm digitally doing things all at the same time. Yay.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
We can.
Wow.
Should we just
Wow.
let's fade, and we're fading, and we're fading.
Ooh.
The point is, people.
Don't you like
you're
the pretty
amazing.
lights? The
I
pretty
hope you are
faders.
enjoying what we're doing so far. I know it's all over the place. Fridays are a little lighter. You know what? We're just glad you're here.
We'll get her going. We'll do it.
We'll see you on Monday. We'll find a line on Monday. This Friday, we're just going, hey, what's up, man? So have a great day.
Do do do.